mom. In fact, if my mama is watching, hey mom. The other week we were talking and she was saying that she couldn't find the link for whatever reason. I was like, did you go to the website? So when somebody tunes in online, shoplc.com, there is a bit of a box on the bottom of the screen that has, the live show playing. And if for whatever reason you want to let friends and family members know about what we do, this is completely different than the live show on television. We're hoping to expand and hoping that you like the page. Make sure you share us, like us, and tell as many people as possible about what we do here on this side of things. As I kind of move through the items, this is going to be a pretty special show. We've got a lot of variety. And if you didn't hear, first of all, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. We are basically in the midst of what's called a year-end vault clearance. And so even if you're not watching on the television show, which I think Katie and Cheryl are about to go live, we actually have some really cool stuff. A few of my favorites from last week, I get to feature one more time. So DJ, shall we get the party started?
Let's do it.
Okay. So don't forget, if you have any questions during these presentations, I'd love to hear from you. I want to give a shout out to Papai. We've got Maze joining us, and I apologize, I don't want to call out all these names and not know what I'm talking about, because we go by different names on Instagram, which is pretty interesting. Hi John, hi Sue. Okay, we're kicking it off with a pair of diamond studs. And one of the things that I love about Shop LC is how affordable we make things. And so this is actually a favorite item of mine in stock. A couple things I feel like should be on a top 5 list of things to have as a lady and a guy are diamonds. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, but more importantly, diamonds tend to be pretty pricey. And here at Shop LC, we're going to make them super affordable. So we're going to kick off the show with a pair of diamond studs, which are stunning. These are uniquely set. These are actually 2 carats. And the reason why I'm mentioning guys is because obviously gentlemen like to rock a diamond as well. A lot of guys are rocking diamond studs, whether they be white diamonds, classic diamonds, or colored diamonds. But I feel like black diamonds are definitely something that a guy could take advantage of. So with that said, 925 sterling silver, platinum over top of it. Remember that as you're watching the show during this kind of live stream, you have a couple of options. Obviously, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, if you're interested in an item, this is the first one. So you're going to put the word sold, S-O-L-D, and then 101. That's the first item, the black diamonds. And then if you're watching from TikTok or on the website, shoplc.com, all you're doing is clicking on the link. But I wanted to show you, actually, let me take my hoops off. I should have done that right away. I wanted to show you how precious these are, black diamonds. Now, one of the things that I want to remind you of when it comes to diamonds, obviously, we all know this, right? You can mix and match with all the different color gemstones in your collection. But also, I feel like diamonds are a staple. They're a must-have. And with black diamonds, diamonds are classic, they're timeless, and anything that's not a traditional white color is considered to pretty much be a fancy diamond. So black diamonds, I don't know if we have any comparisons, DJ, but we have black spinel that's in stock here at Shop LC. I think we have a black spinel set that's going to be coming up. We have black jade, we have black onyx, so all these different black gemstones in stock, but black diamonds are very pricey. Today, $149.99, that is the clearance price. Classic, timeless, 1 carat, 1 carat. I'm not talking about just a full carat total gem weight. I'm talking about 1 carat in each ear, which is a pretty big deal when it comes to diamonds in general. But the larger the gemstone, the more money you're going to end up spending. Here at Shop LC, I feel like we hook you up, don't we?
Oh.
I mean, this is a big deal. A full carat of diamonds. And also something that you can't necessarily see, but once you get them home, I'm going to bring it as close as possible. I know how this goes. Once you get these home, you're going to love the setting for the diamonds, because this is more of a crown prone setting is the way to best describe it, in my opinion. Because when you think about a crown sits on the head, right? And then you've got the extra pieces of the crown. Well, imagine that diamond being set in precious metal. The prongs actually surround the black diamond beautifully, and I'm telling you, when you see these, you're going to be so glad that you got them. $30 per month, that's the budget pay. If you have an opportunity, I don't believe we have any comparisons, but obviously if you go online, put in black diamond studs. But you got to remember, these are 2 carats total gem weight. So when you start doing your research, black diamonds, 2 carats, you're going to find that black diamonds are probably going to cost you, I'd say, at least $800 for 2 carats plus. I'm being conservative right now because you just never know. But so that's going to be our first item. And again, $149.99 is all you're spending. We do have a few other specials. In fact, as we continue to go on, I'm looking over at my selection here. We have freshwater pearl earrings that'll be coming up. We're going to be featuring, as I mentioned, I think these are black spinels, the Thai black spinel set. Is that right, DJ?
Yes.
So I have a Thai black spinel set that's going to go beautifully with the black diamonds, but nothing.
Wait, actually, no, it's
What
Shungite.
Is it Shungite?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we're going to be featuring a set of Shungite. I've never seen a set of Shungite. That's a big deal. So we've got an entire set. When I say set, I'm not talking like ring and pendant. I'm actually talking ring, pendant, chain, and earrings. If you know the power of Shungite, Shungite protects us from EMFs, electronic or electric magnetic fields, all the things that we pretty much encounter on a regular basis due to the wave of the future, cell phones, and everything else that we're around on a regular basis. So we'll talk a little more about that here in just a few. First things first, we have a bracelet. I see that we have a black diamond bracelet. Okay, I'm bringing this in. This is huge, DJ.
All right.
So shout out to DJ who's behind the scenes. He's making the magic work. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be able to do this, seriously. I'm just grabbing and going. But this is a bolo bead bracelet. So with bolo bead bracelets, we've been able to finagle during the clearance another $149 deal. Now here's what I wanted to show you. Let me take my bracelet off. I don't want anything to distract you. Okay, this diamond bracelet. So with bolo beads, do we have one of those? Yes, we do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I think this may or may not help, DJ. Let me know how it looks. So this is a bolo bead bracelet. Bolo beads are fully adjustable. So that means you can go as small as a baby's wrist all the way up to about 10 inches, okay? So this is done in 925 sterling silver, and believe it or not, these are diamonds. So we've done it again here, right? We've got a diamond bracelet that has, we're gonna tell you how many here in just a moment. It does have 2 full carats. And the difference between the black diamond studs, because some of you are probably wondering, how are the diamond studs 2 carats and then the diamond bracelet 2 carats? These diamonds are actually going to be 3 millimeter. In the studs, you had 6 millimeter round brilliant cut studs, black diamonds. So you have a carat in each ear. In the bracelet, you have 3 millimeters, so the diamonds are slightly smaller, but look at the way these sparkle. Aren't they pretty? I love, love, love different colored diamonds. Now notice the dangle here. This is the bolo bead. The bolo bead makes this bracelet fully adjustable. It's probably one of my favorite styles of bracelets. And the reason why is because if you are shopping for gifts, and I realize we just kicked off the new year, but a lot of you have friends and family members that probably celebrate a birthday in January, February, March, right? Think about your daughters who you may want to get something special for Valentine's Day, which I know a lot of you are like, my daughter, diamonds, depending on how old she is, right? With the price point being as good as it is, I feel like this is a really nice gift for a daughter who may be in college and maybe she's graduating from college. We have a lot of May graduations that are going to be happening. So a really nice gift to give to somebody who is graduating. Diamonds are forever. Diamonds are valuable. Diamonds tend to be pricey, as I mentioned. Not the case here at Shop LC. We are talking $149.99 for the diamond bracelet. And as I mentioned, bolo beads are super easy to slide up and down. So in terms of adjustability, the reason why I said this is one of my favorite styles of bracelets is because you're able to adjust as needed. So if you are buying for your sister, your mom, a daughter, a friend, you'll be surprised if you try to ask somebody what size their wrist is. Most of us have no idea. Most of us, when we walk into a jewelry store, and I can only speak for me and the friends that I've chatted with about bracelets, you know, they'll be like, well, probably a 7 1/4, maybe a 7 1/2, but one never knows because most of us don't take a measuring tape and put it around our wrist to see what, you know, our wrist size is. So with bolo beads, you can't go wrong. $30 per month is the budget payment option. And then when you give it to somebody as a gift, they have the flexibility. They can customize the fit. They can adjust it as needed with that bolo bead. It slides up and down smoothly. That's important. And then you also have precious metal, right? Precious metal 925 sterling silver. It is nickel free. Nickel tends to, for whatever reason, some of us tend to react. Our skin tends to react to nickel. And so because we're a manufacturer, we like to leave the nickel out. We put platinum over top of it most of the time. This one has platinum. Platinum is hypoallergenic. Platinum is going to be the most resistant to scratches. Platinum is the rarest metal. And so as a manufacturer, which I'm going to talk about here in just a second, just in case you're new to Shop LC, we put platinum over top of 925 sterling silver. So with that said, $30 per month. If you're wanting to get the studs and the bracelet, you're paying $300 out the door. But I mean, the best part about this is the fact that you have budget pay. Everybody qualifies for budget pay. It's a 5-month payment plan in this case. I'm going to talk to you about that. But you know what, DJ? Let's show the reviews on this. Let's share some of that because we have a lot of people talking about the bolo bead style bracelet.
Then also, while I'm getting that ready for you, Shirley King on Facebook said,
"Hi,
That's
Shirley.
Beautiful, Miss Jessica, one of my favorite hosts."
Oh, hey, Shirley. Thank you so much for watching. I love being able to hang out with you guys on this side because we get to communicate a bit differently. So if there's any comments, any questions as I'm moving through all this stuff, DJ's going to be keeping me updated so that we can answer those questions for you. But again, this is a 2-carat diamond bracelet, goes with the 2-carat diamond studs. We have it up for grabs with the budget pay option. Here is what people are saying. I've got to share this with you. I think this is awesome. One of our shoppers, Kelly, says, perfect. I mean, you can't find a better word than that. Says, a great deal. I'm happy with this purchase. The diamonds have no flaws. It says, to the eye. However, bolos take time for me to get used to being. My generation was brought up with tennis bracelets. Price was incredible compared to what I've seen for 2 carats. Go for it. And it does take some getting used to. I'm glad that she mentioned that because initially when we first introduced the bolo bead, it was something that I had to kind of figure out a way to maneuver it. I like the fact that once you get used to it, you don't need anybody to help you put this bracelet on. With, you know, the lobster claw clasp or even an insert tongue and groove box closure, if you're like me, I do put them on myself, but my trick is to put my mouth, on the metal. Don't do that. Or have to find my husband, or if my daughter's in town, you know, she'll help me put a piece of jewelry on. The bolo beads literally slide up and down. So to our shopper who commented on that, I'm glad that you did so I can talk a little bit about that. You'll get used to it once you get it home. Another Minnie says, yes, when I wear this beautiful bracelet, high quality and neat design will speak for itself. So it's not over the top. You know what I'm saying? It's very classic, clean, simple, fully adjustable. Again, $149.99. As we're kind of moving through some of these items, I want to remind you that you have a chance to go to the website. On the website, what I love about the website is the fact that you're able to click on some of these items so you can see them closer. And then, of course, as you know, you're watching the show, if you have any questions and I haven't answered them, make sure you let me know so I can answer all those questions for you before we wrap up the show. We're moving on, though. Black diamonds, $300 for both pieces, and each one is 2 carats. So you're literally going to have 4 full carats of black diamonds when you're done with the purchase. And, of course, we'll send it out to you right away. There's no waiting for these items if you use budget pay, which I'm going to talk about during this presentation. So coming up next, we have an entire set of shungite. Initially, when I saw it, this set reminded me of either black spinel or black diamonds. Isn't that pretty? You get a set of 4, I like to call it, because you are getting, actually, you're getting a set of 3. So in this case, we've taken out the chain but lowered the price. So your price is $47.99. For viewing purposes, DJ left the chain on or put a chain on the pendant so that I can show this to you properly. But what you get with this is actually a trilogy look, right? So trilogy designs are, classic. They've been around for a very long time. One of the things that I love about us being a manufacturer, so let me go back. We've been in business for 45 years plus, okay? And some of you are like, what? 45 years, okay? And prior to us becoming a home shopping network in 2007, which is going to be 17 years, we have been a manufacturer. So We have manufactured for home shopping networks, brick and mortar jewelry stores, your other designers that kind of go through, maybe they have their own design houses. They come to us to manufacture for them. And so, our chairman and CEO, probably 20 years ago, said there's got to be a way for us to bring jewelry to everyday people without having to mark up the price, right? Because people weren't able to buy directly from us, what would happen is we would design for other jewelry houses, brick and mortar stores, retail stores, department stores, and then they'd mark up the price, which they still do, right? People have to get paid. There are a lot of middlemen and women involved. So when we launched in 2017, we gave people an opportunity to buy directly from the manufacturer, and that's what you're doing. You're literally buying directly from the manufacturer. So I say that to say this. Trilogies are something that traditionally you see more of like an oval or a 3-stone round cut, past, present, future, today's, tomorrow's, yesterday's. That's what trilogies represent. Well, in this case, this is exciting because you have a trilogy ring that features cushion cut gemstones. I mean, those are giant. In the world of trilogies, I would consider that to be giant. In addition to that, though, we have shungite. So you have a 3-stone trilogy pendant that coordinates with the shungite ring. And then we also have a pair of cushion cut shungite earrings, everything done in 925 sterling silver, platinum over top of it. And again, you're buying directly from the manufacturer. So all the middlemen and women that are involved in getting a little, a little cut here and there, out the window. $47.99 for the set. Let's talk a minute about shungite, I think, because that's important to talk about. So with shungite is found in Karelia, okay? Shungite is a pretty much carbon base. So the same thing that diamonds are made of, shungite is made of, right? Naturally. And what shungite does is what they found is when you have shungite protects from electromagnetic fields, okay? So these fields are something that we encounter on a regular basis due to the cell phone era. We have computers, we have laptops, we have tablets, we have so many things. I don't know if you're anything like me, but back in the day and still today, we'll tell our children to stay away from the microwave, right? So when you're standing too close to the microwave, the EMFs, all that stuff, one never knows what it could do to you long term, but a lot of people believe that can cause damage to, us on the inside. And so what we found is with shungite, scientifically proven, not us, but scientists who won the Nobel Prize for this, found that shungite does protect from EMFs, which is crazy. We've actually done a test in-house because I'm somebody who's kind of a skeptic. I'm like, yeah, right. But we have done on several occasions tests with shungite. And what we do is we bring in cell phones. We bring in different things that let off electromagnetic fields. We have this device that actually checks the level of EMFs. So we'll put the device in front of a cell phone and then we'll put shungite right in between. And we've literally seen the levels of EMFs go down. And so that's something we wanted to do in-house. That way I don't know about you, but I like to speak about things confidently. I don't like to just talk about hearsay. I like proof. I'm interested in science. And obviously with science, people that are in science, not that I'm a professional on this or anything like that, but what they do when it comes to science is try to prove things wrong instead of...
Let me show that video.
Yeah, this is good. So here is the EMF reader. And you can actually purchase one of these, I don't know what store, I can't say your local store, but they are available. But here's what we're talking about. So the EMFs are on the rise. As soon as you put the cell phone in front of the reader, it goes up to about 75 plus. And then we hold there for just a little bit just to kind of see the levels go up and down. We literally put a shungite necklace that's in silver in between the cell phone and the reader, and it goes down from a level of 75 plus down to 16, which is a really big deal. That's the kind of stuff that gets me excited, and my mind is like, so it's not just, mumbo jumbo. It's not something that we're just making up. We've had a chance on several occasions to do that with, different things that let off EMFs, and it's impressive to see how shungite lowers the levels. So we find that a lot of people are interested in shungite just to kind of have. Can you imagine being on your cell phone as long as we are, even holding on to our cell phones these days? A lot of us are, just glued to these cell phones, and we don't even realize how much of the, the exposure we have to EMFs. And I think because cell phones are so new, in terms of, the research that's being done, the verdict is still, kind of up in the air. So I love the idea of being able to own shungite, knowing that cell phones let off EMFs, not knowing long-term what it can do to us. Obviously, a lot of us are connected to our cell phones, and so why not have shungite? Why not have first of all, shungite is beautiful, right? You have 5.85 carats in the pendant with the ring and the studs. So you're getting the studs too. I know I kind of got off on a tangent, but I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of what shungite is. When it's found, it's cut, it's buffed, it's polished. In this case, it's faceted. We put it into a 3-stone design. As I mentioned, the trilogy, it's only costing you $47.99. You get the studs. Let's talk about the size of the gemstones, if you don't mind, DJ, before I wrap this up.
No problem.
I want to give you some details on this because I think it's important these are not teeny tiny shungites. So you have the one shungite that's 94 points, that's in the cushion cut. So you have the larger shungite here in the middle, that's going to be about 1 carat. And then you have 3 other shungites that are, measurement size. So we're talking 2.78 carats. And the smaller shungites, if you will, are actually not small at all. They're 6 by 4 millimeter. The larger shungite in the middle is a 7 by 5, and that's consistent all the way through. You have it in the trilogy, right? The same kind of design where you have the larger one in the middle, the 2 on the outside slightly smaller, and then the pendant is done the exact same way. You get all 3 pieces, people, for $47.99. Tell me that's not incredible. And so the chain doesn't come with it, but if you're interested in a chain, go to our website, shoplc.com. Make sure you're checking out the chain options that we have. The bail on this, I can tell you, just based on the size, you'll be able to get a really nice size chain, wider than this one. This one's probably going to be about maybe 1.5 millimeters, 2 millimeters, if that. But because of the bail being so wide both ways, so the length and the width, if you wanted to slide, say, a herringbone that we have, flat snake chains we have on our website, you'll be able to do that comfortably without a problem. Okay, so just a heads up, because you are getting the set without the chain, it may be something to consider. But then again, as I talk through that, most of us already have some fabulous jewelry pieces in our collection, so you already have a chain that you can remove from a favorite pendant. If you're like my mama, she'll tell you, I don't want to do that, Jessica. I want a chain for every pendant. As always, we have this conversation. I actually recently sent her for the holiday season some Bali Legacy pieces. I sent her some 2 long nagas that go nicely with some of these chunkier style pendants, rather. So just a heads up, we have a lot of different style chains. If you're somebody that likes a chain for each piece, go to our website, shoplc.com, put the word chain. If you want sterling silver, if you want stainless steel, we have a lot of variety on our website, okay? With that said, I think we're going to move.
Yes, but real fast.
Yes.
Kazia on Facebook said that she loved that bracelet that we did earlier.
Oh,
and
the
Sharon
black diamond.
Yeah. And Sharon on
Kazia.
Facebook just says nice.
Yes, yes. Hi, is Sharon?
Mm-hmm.
Sharon, good to see you. I think you were with me. Both of you last week were with me. Thank you so much for joining the Facebook Live, Instagram Live, TikTok Live, all that good stuff. Please don't forget to like us on these pages, and if you can, share us. We'd love for you to spread the word. I know some of you are like, this is my best kept secret. I don't want anybody to know about it. But if you love that person, then you should have it, in your heart to spread the word, right? Let people know. I mean, we just did a black diamond bracelet and a black diamond pair of 2 carat studs for $149 a piece. That's something to talk about. I'm just like, all right, so coming up, we have, is this Ethiopian?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to bring in, this is like the black opal. So we have an Ethiopian Wellow opal bracelet. Look at DJ coordinating all these pieces.
Oh,
You see the theme here, right? So we started off with black diamonds. We had the bolo bead bracelet. If bolo bead doesn't work for you, you don't necessarily want the adjustable bead. Go with the black. This is sable. Ethiopian opal, and this is actually the queen of the gemstones. So opals have been around obviously forever, right? I mean, who knows how far back opals date, but opals are found in different parts of the world. I don't know if you guys have seen Uncut Gems. That's a movie that came out. I don't know if it's a few years ago. It was with, what's that actor? Who's that? Woody? I think his name is Woody. Harris? Anyways, the actor actually hosted, or not hosted, he was in the movie, and the actual show was based around him discovering Wellow Opal, a rock that was basically going to take him to an entirely new level. He was like a gem dealer, and he's one of those guys, I think, in New York City. Long story short, this is a very valuable find in the gemstone world, right? In 2007, if I'm not mistaken, Wellow opals were brought out of the ground and basically introduced to the world. It was earlier than that they were found, but they were actually introduced to the world right around 2007. So this is where the entire gemstone world was pretty much rocked. And let me explain why. 95% of the world's opals actually come from Australia. Okay, so you have Australian opals, right? The black opals found in Australia, the white opals are found in Australia. They pretty much kind of run the opal world when it comes to gemstones. Well, Wellow opals were discovered, and people from all over the planet were like, oh my gosh, this opal's so beautiful. Because what happens with Wellow opals from Ethiopia is that you have a lot of color play, okay? They best describe it as something like fire and ice. Okay, the fire is almost like this rainbow that comes out of the gemstone naturally, but the opals themselves are a white color. They're naturally a white color. What they do is they enhance the gemstone to establish other colors, just like most other gems. Believe it or not, quartz, topaz, emeralds, sapphires, they are treated in some form or fashion to bring out the very best. Sometimes it's to stabilize the color. Sometimes it's to kind of make the gemstone much cleaner. They're different. There's irradiation, there's treatment, there's heating, there are all kinds of things that are done to gemstones. A lot of these jewelry stores, when you walk into a gem, kind of section in a jewelry store, nobody's going to talk to you about it. We do here at Shop LC because we want you to be informed, we want you to be educated. And because we source most of these gemstones ourselves, we cut them, we buff them, we facet them, we put them through different processes. We like to educate all of our shoppers, in that regard. So I say that to say this. The sable is to mimic the black color of the opal is to mimic the black opal. The black opal from Australia is probably going to be, it's called Lightning Ridge Black Opal. This stuff is expensive. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars price per carat. Well, Wellow opal is slowly but surely making its way up. A lot of people have discovered it. There are a lot of high-end jewelry stores that have introduced it in their luxury collections. And so the price point has gone up significantly. Well, we have done the Ethiopian Wellow opal in a black color, which is sable. It looks so much like the Lightning Ridge Black Opal. It's from Ethiopia. This is a tennis style design. I think we have all lengths, is that right, or different colors?
We have different colors.
Okay, so the Ethiopian sable is going to come in a 7¼ inch. And then what are the other colors we have there, DJ?
Blue.
Oh, this blue color. Are we able to put it up here?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the black. It's got a box closure. Okay, it's a tongue and groove safety catch, which actually I'll show you here live. And then you also have the double safety catch. So instead of just one latch on one side, you have the two latches on either side for more security. Look at this blue color. So this blue color is one of my favorites that we do when it comes to Wellow opal. Again, naturally the Wellow opal comes out a white color. You have the color play. What they do is they treat the opal to establish color, just like jade, just like topaz, just like quartz. I always try to kind of share that information as much as possible so that you understand. These are genuine gemstones that come out of the ground, but they enhance the color. They treat them to establish new colors. The blue, the black, and then what's the other one?
Final one, let's see.
Oh, so it's the Wellow. Okay, good. So you have the natural color of Wellow opal available too. Now the white one is $254.99. The blue one, what did we say? Are they the same price? So the blue one is $139.99. I don't have that on set. And then we have the sable, the black,
Also
which is
same
also
price.
$139. Look at this. This is actually so well made. Now, I'm not able to get the color play through the screen because we're not in the studio. But I will tell you this, when you see it in person, you're going to absolutely love. You'll see flashes of orange, flashes of red, yellow, green, blue, you name it, comes right out of that gemstone. That's what the opal is known for, right? The more color play, the more valuable, the more sought after, the more expensive. So I'm going to hold this up in front of the Facebook team, Facebook, Instagram, and then I'm going to hold it up in front of TikTok, right? We've got two cameras here that I'm going to toggle through. So this is called a box closure, right? You have the clip, snaps right in place with or without the latches, you're secure, and then you'll put the two latches, one on each side for more security. This is a bad bracelet. I'm talking like who's bad, not like bad negative. This, first of all, the silver weight, I know we don't have gram weights for whatever reason listed on this side. It's heavy. I mean, you literally have each of the opals. Let me give you a size here. So the millimeter size are 6x4 millimeter. These are giant opals. You can literally buy a pair of Ethiopian Willow opals, no matter what the color is, in a 6x4 millimeter, just an earring design for the price you're paying for the entire bracelet, right? So you have carat weights here that go anywhere from 8 carats to over 8.5. Opals are unique in that the millimeter size will be the same as other gemstones, right? Millimeter size kind of gives you an idea of how large the gem is. But then when you put it on the scale, what's interesting about opals is that opals are lighter. And so opals, when you weigh them, will weigh a little less than something like a sapphire or an emerald, which is pretty interesting because of their density. So although, you know, this looks like it should weigh, or the carat weight should be like 20 carats, because of its lighter weight, the density, it just won't weigh as much. But you do have a 6x4 millimeter. And if you compared this to, say, a bracelet that was topaz, quartz, ruby, emerald, and they had 6x4 millimeter stones similar to this tennis design, that would weigh a lot more than the opal. Doesn't take away from the gemstone, it's just the difference between the two. The weight is lighter, but you still have those giant 6x4 millimeter stones. Just a fun fact. Not that you needed to know, just some interesting information. All right, so we are moving and grooving. What's up next? Okay, we have, this is gonna be good. We have a pair of leverback style earrings that are so pretty. So here's what I'm thinking about. As you watch these live shows, keep in mind we are having a clearance, right? But as you're watching the live show, what I always recommend, because you don't always get the live TV show versus the live social media side, we do a lot of last in stock limited edition items. So you literally get to see things that may never end up on air because we may have 6 or 10 or even 3 left in stock. So this is, I personally love to watch the live stream because although I only host, I'm not here 24/7. We are a 24/7 network. There are things that I hear about that I never see. There are things that us hosts will call each other about, be like, girl, did you see that? Did you watch the show today? And you're like, no, I missed it. And, you know, literally you'll hear about sapphire or ruby or an emerald special that came through and sold out just like that. So the reason why I'm saying this is because it's good that you're watching the live stream because, again, you get to see things that most people may not. DJ, talk to me. Anybody sending in anything?
Oh, no.
Okay, good.
Everyone's all chill.
Okay, so this is a 5-star rated. We're right at 4.5, 4.6. I consider that 5-star. These are leverbacks. They're $259.99. And what do we have here? So these are rubies, king of the gemstones. When I saw them, I thought, no way. They kind of look like pink sapphires. And the reason why is because sapphires and rubies are related. They're part of the same gemstone mineral group. I call them like brother and sister because of the chemical composition of the gemstone. When the ruby turns, well, when the sapphire, the corundum gemstone turns more of a red color, it ends up being a ruby. I know some of you are like, what are you talking about? Believe it or not, when you look up these gemstone mineral groups, you have a group, and then you have the gemstones that are part of the group. So when you look up a beryl A beryl could be an emerald, it can be an aquamarine, it can be a big spite, it can be a morganite, tons of different beryls. And every single one of those gemstones I just named are completely different from one another. Well, with rubies, rubies are part of what's called the corundum mineral group, which is crazy, because the corundum is going to be your sapphire and your rubies. These are rubies in 14K yellow gold. Insane at this price for $259.99. I'm a ruby baby. In fact, if you're watching right now, let me know if you were born in the month of July and if you have any rubies. Because prior to my life here at Shop LC, I'll keep it real, I wasn't buying rubies. I just wasn't. And the reason why is because of how expensive rubies are. They're the king of the gems. You want to talk about crown jewels. You've got rubies in the crown jewels. You want to talk about royalty. Even Hollywood's royalty. You hear about all these beautiful rubies. If you've ever gone to the Smithsonian in DC, you have rubies on display. They're not inexpensive. In fact, when you do a little research on rubies, what's interesting about rubies is that rubies are the most expensive gemstone ever auctioned. So yeah, we have the perfect pair in 14K yellow gold. These are lever backs. The lever pulls back. I love a lever back because you get a little movement, some dangle, some playfulness. When I first started the live stream just a little bit ago, I took them both off. I had hoops on. So I'm a gal that loves to wear hoops. I'm obsessed with hoops, but I also love a lever back, right? Because with studs, sometimes depending on how you have your hair, your studs will get lost. With a lever back, you're going to have a little more dangle, and with an articulated setting like this one, look at the playful nature of the earring. How cute is that? Isn't that pretty? The way they dangle. And usually when I'm on air, I'll give you a bobblehead like that just to kind of, give you an idea of what you're working with here. These are the perfect height. I want to give you the measurement. It's, let's see here. I think, DJ, if you click on that picture on the bottom, it'll give you, it's an inch. So these are a full inch. From top to bottom, they're a full inch. And I want to bring in the lever. I know. I'm trying to do this on social media just to kind of give you an idea of what you're working with. I want to pull back that lever so you can see how easy that is.
This way.
This way?
Perfect.
Okay. So there's the lever. You probably got my face in the shot too. But the lever has a hinge on the other side that lines up and that comes right back in. Okay, to our TikTok shoppers, boom. Lever comes all the way down. Earring comes back together, and it sits perfectly. I mean, these are so super cute. Now, carat weight. This is important. You have nearly a full carat of ruby in each ear. So for $259, you have to admit that's a great deal. Now, for size, if you don't mind, DJ, let's bring that model up behind us so we can show. On the left, the gemstones are 7 by 5 millimeter. That's the size of the gemstone. Millimeter size is a 7 by 5. But more importantly, I wanted to give you an idea of how it's going to look on you. And I think me being here, I can go ahead and show you. And I think there she is. Look how pretty she is. See, she better job than me. You see the dangle here? So you have just enough length. It's not overdone. You have this beautiful kind of ruby that makes an impact. Rubies represent love, passion, power. But these are so pretty on her. They frame the face beautifully. If there's any kind of event that you plan to attend, I always recommend that you wear diamonds or rubies or something that just kind of hangs off the ear nicely. These are the perfect length. And sometimes with dangle style earrings, you may not necessarily want something that's too long, but you still want something to drop off the ear, right? So in this case, you definitely have that. You have that full inch from top to bottom. The gemstone itself, we said, was a 7 by 5, right, DJ?
Mm-hmm, yes.
So 7 by 5 millimeter, perfection. I mean, these are solid gold. So we're not talking about the overlay, that we do on a regular basis. We're talking upgrading your rubies. Each of the rubies, just over 80 points a piece. They are set in 14K yellow gold. Keep in mind with a lever and this setting, you're going to get more gram weight, but we're not talking too heavy where it's going to weigh you down or pull the earlobe. I think that's important. A lot of times when you think about, say, a dangle style earring, you may think, it's going to be too heavy. For some of us that have sensitive skin, we may not necessarily want it to pull down on the earlobe. Who does? Who wants an earlobe stretched out, right? When we get to a certain age, ladies, everything kind of stretches out and pulls. We want it to stay proper and will stay as tight as possible. All right, so the item number on that one, and I apologize, I haven't given you numbers, sold
105.
105. That was our fifth item. Those of you on TikTok, obviously you can click on the link below. If you want to take a closer look at any of the items, I always recommend that you go to our website, shaplc.com. That's the best way to see some of these items. Obviously, we're limited with TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I'm trying to bring you as much as possible, but at the same time, kind of go through this information so you can make the best decision. Those earrings do have a really good review too, so make sure you check that out. Okay. Oh my goodness, DJ. Okay, so DJ has brought, this is unexpected. This is actually one of my favorite style necklaces in our collection here at Shop LC. It's the tennis design. And with tennis designs, boy, do you get a special First of all, if you're watching the show, through social media, if you have an opportunity, shoot me a quick line and let me know if you own not a tennis bracelet, but a tennis necklace. I want to hear from you, okay? Because this is a style of necklace that if you find it, you're going to find it in the thousands of dollars, right? Think about it. 48 carats, even 10 carats of anything is going to cost you over $1,000. So in this case, you have an entire necklace that wraps all the way around with rubies. It's nonstop. Okay, if I go all the way around, you see, ruby, ruby, ruby. You have 48 carats of ruby in 925 sterling silver. Now, this is designed just like the box-style closures are on the bracelet. So on the back end of the necklace, I love this design because you hardly see anything except for rubies. Even in the setting where the closure is, you have the double safety catch, right? So more security. But more importantly, the design team continued on with the gemstones in the setting. Hold on, I'm going to take this necklace off too. So what I mean by that is, look at this. Even if okay, so I have a crew neckline on, right? Which is what most of us, not all of us, obviously during the winter time, I think a lot of us wear more of a cover-up style shirt because it's chilly. So many of us go crew neckline, cowl neckline, mock neckline, turtleneck, you name it. This is that style that's going to sit beautifully. I'm looking at myself at the same time. Look at this. All the way around. So these are genuine rubies that are perfectly set in an 18-inch neck style. Okay, so 18 inches is perfect in my opinion because it's going to sit up higher. Right, if you have something that's maybe 22 inches, when it's a gemstone necklace, I would say that depending on the size of your neck, it may or may not work, right? 22 inches may be a little too long. I mean, it is what it is. So 18 inches, I feel sits beautifully. And look at the way those rubies sparkle around the neckline. Look at the way the actual necklace sits on the neckline, right? You don't have to worry about it being done in a way that's going to flip-flop or turn to the side. Even as you walk in, you make an impact. There's a presence around the neckline. That's all rubies, ladies. I'm just saying. So let's talk about how many, and then we'll talk to you about the millimeter size as well. I think that's important to know. 72 rubies in total. 72. That's unbelievable. Like, that's the kind of thing that excites me. $299.99 for a ruby necklace. Let me put it back on the bust real quick. So even though you have the 72 gemstones, that's coming in at 48 carats. Let me give you millimeter size. I think these are going to be 6x4s if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
They are 6x4. That's giant. Giant in the world of rubies. If you own any studs, if you own a ruby bracelet, you know that just a carat and a half of ruby can cost you over $1,000. Any comparisons, DJ?
Let me double check.
Because this is one that you definitely want to take advantage of. Budget pay option is going to be activated while we're seeing if we can find a comparison. No? Okay. All you have to do is look up ruby necklaces. Most of the time when you find a ruby necklace, it's probably going to be a ruby pendant, which is pretty. But this is a necklace. It's 48 carats of ruby. It's going to be over 16 grams of precious metal, and it is 18 inches in length. So The budget payment is $60. All you have to do is put $60 down to get it home. We'll send it out to you. Let me elaborate on that as we're continuing on. So budget pay is an in-house payment plan that we put together, okay? The reason why I say we put it together is because it's an in-house payment plan. So if you decide to go with budget pay, there's no credit check and there are no interest payments attached to that budget payment option. I don't know about you, but that's the way I like to shop. Doesn't matter, what I'm buying, I always use budget pay if it's available. So I wanted to make you aware of the fact that every single item we featured so far, there is budget pay activated on each one of those items. So if you go to the website or you click on the link or you put the word sold 10, I think in this case, this is what, 107, 108?
106.
So the necklace is 106 and then the bracelet will be 107,
Yes.
okay? When you put that number in, there's DJ. DJ, that's going to give you a chance to actually take a closer look at, the item that we're featuring. And it's also going to give you an opportunity to use budget pay. No credit check, no qualifying. All you have to do is when you're checking out, choose the option of budget pay. It will literally put the amount. The number next to the word budget pay is the monthly payment plan, how many months it's going to take you to pay it off. Okay. Sometimes we do BP for 3 months. Sometimes we do BP for 2 months. Sometimes we do it for 4 or 5. In this case, you're going to have budget pay for 5 months. It's at $60. In the bracelet case, which is here, you can't do one without the other. You can't do one without the other. I'm going to put the necklace here. The bracelet is going to be $38 per month. And I'll be honest with you, the only reason why I own as much ruby as I do is thanks to Shop LC. No other reason aside from the fact that you're buying from a manufacturer that sources gemstones. That means we go directly to the mines. We get together with collectors, vendors. In fact, I'll be traveling in just a few weeks to the biggest show in the United States every year, the Tucson event that happens in Arizona. We'll be buying there. We'll be coming to you live. I think Cheryl's going to be hosting with me. We'll have the Royston Turquoise guys, Trenton and his brother, that'll be joining us live during the show, so you'll have to check that out. But this is an opportunity for us to really make it accessible. Rubies are so pricey. Look how pretty they are. They speak for themselves. They really do. DJ, I think I've got it in the shot here, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. I want to go over to, okay, good. So that's $189.99 for a ruby tennis style bracelet. Tennis, I mean, we all know tennis bracelets are continuous. Every single gemstone is boo, 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 boo. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes when we buy a genuine gemstone bracelet, you may have 3 or 4, maybe 5 in the setting. Most of it is going to be your precious metal, maybe gold. But for the most part, you're not going to buy a tennis style bracelet for less than, say, $400 or $500, especially something that has genuine ruby in the setting. I know. Those are real deal. So the good news is we have it for our petite ladies. The other sizes have sold out. Most of the time when and this is what I was telling you about the live stream, right? The live stream has limited edition items. So we may have 1 of something, we may have 5, we might have 10 of an item. It just depends, but we want to make sure that these items are aired and properly, shown so that you can make the best decision possible. Now, if you're like me, I wear a 6.5 inch. I can wear a 7.25 as well, but anything longer than that is going to fit me loose, not the way I want it to fit. And so if you're a gal that has a petite wrist, this is going to work out beautifully. Nothing compromised, no cut corners here. You have the box closure, double safety catch. Let's talk about gemstones. 16.65 carats, a lot of carat weight. But we also have here, so these are 6 by 4 millimeter. They're giant. 6 by 4 millimeter, just like the necklace. DJ, was the necklace $249 you said? I think it was $249, right?
Yeah, $299.
Oh, $299. Okay, so the necklace was $299, and then now we have the bracelet for $189. So you can literally get both pieces for $38 on budget pay, the bracelet, and then $60 on budget pay for the necklace. Rubies, I mean, if you've been wanting a ruby anything, now is the time to purchase it. This is a clearance price on the ruby necklace, a clearance price on the ruby bracelet because we only have it in 6.5 inch. And if you have a more petite size wrist, I think this will work out beautifully for you. 5-star rated, by the way. You go to our website, everybody's talking about it. They love the style of bracelet. The really great thing about the necklaces and the bracelets that we feature here is that although the price is compromised, the quality is not. Nothing that we do here in terms of quality, craftsmanship is ever compromised. So $189 I know doesn't make sense to a lot of people for genuine rubies, but this is real, people. Shop LC stands for low cost. This is what we do. You happen to be joining our live stream where we're doing a lot of clearance items. This is we had a year-end clearance and then we kind of transitioned into the vault clearance. First 2 weeks of January, maybe a week and a half, we practically give stuff away so we can make way for new stuff that's going to be coming in, okay? We're making it available. Inventory is limited, and we are practically giving this stuff away. Rubies, if you have any questions, let me know, please. Shoot me a text message. Let me see who's out there. Livs is there. Francine is there. Shayla's joining us. Hello, hello. On IG, we have B-Man. We have Bel Franco. We have Maria. Welcome into the live stream. Okay, what's next? We're moving. What time is it? Okay, we have about an hour, and that's going to go by quickly. So DJ and I are going to bring the heat. We're going to bring you as much as possible. Absolutely. Limited, the Wello Opal. We were talking about the Wello Opal just a few minutes ago. I actually had, look at this. Hold on, let me give you a closer look. That's for Facebook, Instagram. Closer look on TikTok. That I can see. This one here. So this is a Wello Opal necklace. This is Opal, Queen of the Gems, found in Ethiopia. This thing is gorgeous. I don't know what else to say aside from it being gorgeous. I love the way they designed this necklace too. The one thing that I love most about this style of necklace, and you're going to see here the fluidity, look at the movement in the necklace. You see the way it drops down? This is important. When you have a necklace that has moving parts, the last thing that you want is for a necklace to be stiff, right? Because what's going to happen is if it's stiff, it won't necessarily sit right on the neckline. And that's important, right? I can't tell you how many times I have put something on and the way that it sits, it's off. Well, with this style, you have the double strand. Okay, so you have the double strand design up top, and then you have more of not just a V shape, but more of a Y shape because of the additional gemstones that come down. So this beautiful necklace is actually 9.4 carats of Ethiopian Wello Opal. I mean, what more can you say, right? Color play, color play, color play. That is what Wello Opal's all about. If you don't have the color play, you know, might as well forget about it. A lot of times what's interesting is that depending on the color of the opal, you may not necessarily get as much color play, especially the ones that are found in Australia. Beautiful opals, very valuable, super expensive, but not all the opals have color play. If they do, you're going to pay for that. With Wello Opal, the difference is these opals, literally, they're like crystal balls. You know what they remind me of? They actually remind me of bioluminescence. And I think that's what they call it. I'm not an expert at things in the ocean, but you know how they talk about the abyss and things that are under the water and certain fish that actually have the ability to glow because they are bioluminescent? I don't know. I think that's the word. But either way, that's what Ethiopian Wello Opal reminds me of. This necklace is only $199.99. The budget pay that we were just talking about that every single one of you qualify for is $40. No credit check, no interest payments. All you have to do when you're shopping online, shoplc.com, is basically choose the option of budget pay. It's only $40 on the necklace. Let's talk about how many gemstones, because you have nearly 10 carats here. But some of you are looking at this, and this is what I was saying earlier today about weight, right? The carat weight of the gemstone in opal is lighter. So the weight, although it looks like 20 full carats, at least in my opinion, it looks like 20 carats. This is actually going to be, the total weight is 9.4 carats. So you have all willow opals, the size 8x6. And I think those are the larger ones, right, DJ? You have some smaller ones that are 6x4, if I'm not mistaken, or
Yeah,
7x5.
something like.
So it looks like, yeah, so you'll have 6mm, 6x4mm. Majority of the opals are that. But then you have the larger ones, and I'll show you where the larger ones sit. I think you can kind of see where on the bottom you have a larger one, and in the middle you have a larger willow opal. The rest of them are 6x4. Not that 6x4 is not large, just 8x6 obviously is a little bit bigger than the rest of them. The amount of 925 sterling silver here is so crazy. I mean, you have so much silver supporting each of these opals. I'm just showing you the back end. You can actually see the color play of the opal even through the back of the necklace. I also love, and I think you're going to love this too once you get it home, you want to put your fingers through the opening just to kind of get it to sit where the two chains, you know, they open up. And then you have an extender on the back end. So the extender is going to be pretty much 2 inches, if I'm not mistaken. That's going to be about 2 inches. Just based on me measuring on air, I think that's going to be about 2 inches. So that will bring the necklace down a little further if you need it to sit down further, or you can bring it up higher. So you've got that flexibility. You can customize the way it sits around your neckline. And then you have the lobster claw clasp. So that lobster claw is going to secure the necklace properly. Once you put it on the neckline, oh my gosh, if you're going to a holiday party, if you want to dress things up, I mean, we're talking about the official birthstone for the month of October, also known, AKA the Queen of the Gems. Depending on where the opal is found, obviously they come in different colors. The Wello opal is known for its color play. We're making it affordable. It's only $40 per month, and it's up for grabs, you know, out the door at $199.99. And the 5-star reviews are in too. This is a 5-star rated item. Let me share 2 of them with you. I think 2 is all we have there online. Yeah. So Sharon says, beautiful, I will keep it. I mean, what more can you say? And then Susan says, stunning. The necklace is absolutely gorgeous. It changes color from every angle, which is exactly what I was mentioning, that color play. And then it says, a perfect purchase, looks fantastic on. It really does. I mean, sometimes it's a challenge to find a necklace that sits right, especially the ones that are bigger, because of the way it's made, the articulated setting, how everything moves. The décolleté, our necklines are all shaped differently. So you want something that's going to lay flat, and they've designed the necklace to do so. I mean, it's perfect. It really is. Come and get it if you're interested. If you like things that change color. If you want even a gemstone that's a pure white color, Ethiopian Wello opal is a nice way to go. Even your moonstones are pretty fantastic too. If you're interested in a white gemstone, make sure you use the search bar on our website for anything that you're looking for. If we don't have it available during the live show, obviously you can get your hands on it on our website, okay? With that said, ooh, turquoise, which we will have quite a bit of when we head to Tucson. Tucson, Arizona is home of the Kingman Mine, which is where the Mojave turquoise is found, home of the Sleeping Beauty turquoise, and then we also have the Royston turquoise. As I mentioned, we have the brothers who mine this gemstone by hand. One of the gentlemen's name is Trenton. He's going to be joining us during the Tucson event in just a couple weeks. If you have a chance, we go live from Tucson at the end of this month, and I'm hoping you can join us for that. We always have special deals coming out of Tucson as we're buying gemstones, new gems for new designs. So this one is limited. Another 5-star. How could you not rate this a 5-star? Look at the size of that. Isn't that beautiful? I'm trying to hold it up there. That is a 16 karat. It has a magnet on the back. Those of you that have any kind of heart device, they say that you shouldn't wear magnets, right? So just a disclaimer out there. If you do have anything that is in the heart, or you've had surgery, make sure you consult with a doctor. I wouldn't recommend wearing magnet jewelry. But for those of us that really believe in the power of magnets, they say magnetic jewelry really helps with blood circulation, blood flow. This is a 925 sterling silver. This has platinum over top of it, and the magnet on the back is going to be copper. So you have a really nice, this is what I would consider, I like to call these slider style pendants. And the reason why I call it a slider pendant is because of the way the bail is designed. Let me get out of the shot here. That bail is nice and wide. And what you can do with this style, does it come with the chain? No, it doesn't come with the chain. So we added the chain to it just so I can display it. But with the slider style bail, the bail is wider. You have a little more wiggle room in the millimeter size chain that you purchase. So this one is just a classic chain. I think this is an 18-inch, if I'm not mistaken, just based on where it's sitting. But I mean, you can do a lot with this style of pendant. It's wider, it's bigger, it's bolder, it's more of a statement style. So if you wanted to get a wider chain, I think that'll work out nicely. I'm going to say that the millimeter size is at least a 2, well, you can go nice and small. I mean, you can go 1 millimeter, 0.8 millimeter, but you can go as wide as, I'd say, about 2.5 millimeter. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because it doesn't come with the chain. So if you're shopping online for chains, we have tons. We have tons, and all affordable. Just be on the lookout for the millimeter size. Typically, we will list what the millimeter size is just so you can be aware of it. And you might want to go a little wider and bolder with this style, especially since you're only spending $9.99. I get pumped. Hold on. That's my happy day. Right? I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm somebody who likes to walk into the discount stores. The discount stores that I usually find things like this in, they don't even have jewelry pieces that are this inexpensive, cheap. Not cheap in quality, but cheap in price. You know what I'm talking about. If you go into Boss for Less, I'm not going to, you know the letter that goes in front of Boss for Less. I love that store, guilty. They don't necessarily have all 925 sterling silver. They do a lot of costume jewelry. Love it, guilty pleasure. I love me some costume jewelry. And then you have your BJ Saxes, your Tarshals. These are all great stores to walk into. They have some nice variety when it comes to jewelry, but let me tell you something. They are not selling 925 sterling silver turquoise pendants. They might have like a pair of sterling silver earrings, but even those will cost you like $16.99, $14.99. Look at the size of this. I mean, that is giant. 16 karat. That's a Mojave turquoise. And one of the things that I love about Mojave turquoise versus Sleeping Beauty, with Sleeping Beauty turquoise, all of us love it. If you've seen it, you love it. If you haven't, you need to see it. You'll fall in love with it. Sleeping Beauty turquoise is a robin's egg blue. So the brightness of a Sleeping Beauty turquoise is completely different from what you're seeing here. The reason why people love Sleeping Beauty versus, well, I can't say versus because a lot of us just love turquoise in general. We just enjoy being able to purchase a little piece of Sleeping Beauty because it's like this very popular turquoise with little to no matrix. The reason why I'm mentioning that, these natural kind of veins that run through the turquoise, this occurs regularly when it comes to turquoise. With Sleeping Beauty turquoise, you don't see the veining. So it's just that pure blue. With Mojave turquoise is known for its copper veining. All of that is veining. That happens naturally. When they're mining for turquoise, from what I understand, when they discover turquoise, they usually find lots of copper before they find turquoise. In fact, when they discovered Sleeping Beauty turquoise in the Sleeping Beauty Mountain in Globe, Arizona, they actually were mining for just copper. They hit a vein, they found a blue beauty, and voila, Sleeping Beauty turquoise was discovered, and the birth and the craziness of Sleeping Beauty went all over the place. Everybody wanted to get their hands on it. Well, this, again, is genuine turquoise. It's found in what's called the Kingman mine. So not the Sleeping Beauty mine, but the Kingman mine. The Kingman mine is the only mine where turquoise comes out and they introduce it to what's called a bronze metal matrix. They press the copper into the piece of turquoise and it leaves behind even more copper, which makes each piece of turquoise very unique. It's super, super cool. In fact, I'd love to kind of film some of that at some point in my career. We have yet to be able to kind of go behind the scenes with the way they do that, but it's a really cool, unique way to find turquoise, because turquoise already has the matrix that you see naturally, which are the inclusions, that kind of veining that you see. But with Mojave turquoise, you see more of that copper color, which is what they press into the turquoise to leave behind what's called it's bronze metal matrix is what they call it. Okay, so little fun fact. Oh, in the back, boom, one more time, $9.99, ladies and gentlemen, $9.99 for that beauty. And that is platinum over copper. So platinum over copper. The copper is your base metal. Platinum is over top of it, hypoallergenic, never gonna tarnish, all that good stuff, and nice and heavy. And that's $10. $10, DJ. That's insane.
That's really good.
Okay, coming up, we're in our final stretch here, and trust me, 50 minutes will go by fast. We have coming up next a Luxoro Boyaca Colombian Emerald. How'd you finagle that? You've got the emerald, or is that? Oh, that's the yellow gold one.
Yeah.
But we have it in white gold out here. So this is is it white or yellow? No, it's yellow. Ooh. All right, let me take my ring off so you can see this properly. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. And hold on, let me get my cell phone off too. I forgot to turn this off. I don't want to. Okay. So, this is exciting. If you're watching the live stream to catch deals on luxury, there's nothing more luxurious than a Colombian emerald, right? Now, this is kind of a big deal because I don't know if you guys watch these live streams and recognize and realize how exclusive our deals are here at Shop LC. Ooh, this one fits me. I think this is a size 5 if I'm not mistaken. So I wear a 5 on my index finger, and we have all sizes up to a 9. We even have half sizes on our website. So we start at 5, we have 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, and 9. Obviously, with 14K yellow gold, you're going to be able to size it. So if you need to take it to a jeweler, you can always take it to a jeweler. They'll more than likely be able to go 3 more sizes up just based on how this is designed. I think with going up, you'll be able to get at least 2 just to kind of, be sure. So if you need to go to like a 10 or 11, get the 9 for yourself, and I think the jeweler will be able to take care of you. Colombian emerald, ladies and gentlemen. Colombian emerald. Isn't that, you see that? It's like this beautiful, glowing green gemstone that they say the Colombian emeralds are the finest quality in the world. And I have to agree, it's one of them. Because I've fallen in love with Colombian emeralds, Ethiopian emeralds, Zambian emeralds. I mean, emeralds in general are just mind-blowingly beautiful. They're stunning. So the 3 precious gemstones are emeralds, rubies, sapphires, and some would consider diamonds to be precious as well. The emerald is that beautiful green, but the Colombian, the difference between Colombian and some of the other sources in the world is that you have that rich green color, but you also have the internal glow. I always say that when I have Colombian emeralds on TV, if we were to turn down the studio, good night, look at that. If we were to turn down the studio lights, I feel like the emerald would be that beacon of light that just had everything glow in the studio. I mean, if we were pitch black, you put a Colombian emerald on, it would just, ooh, I mean, I'm exaggerating. But that's the kind of vibe you get from it. It is rich in color, but more importantly, it glows beautifully. So this is 1.4 carats. It's in 14K yellow gold. We surrounded it with taper baguette diamonds. And then down the shank, you have more taper baguette diamonds. So let's give you some details. Because it's in 14K yellow gold, obviously with gold, it's going to be a little more expensive than something like our 925 sterling silver with vermeil overlay. This is solid gold. And remember, here at Shop LC, we do all of it. We do 10K, 14K, 18K, 20, 22, and 24K yellow gold. This is 14K. And I would consider that to be the gold standard. If you've ever purchased a luxury ring, I would say 5 times out of 10, I don't want to say, 8 times out of 10 because it depends on the person and it depends on the price. Most of us want our luxury pieces to be set in 14K yellow gold. So this is. Now the Colombian emerald, this is the kicker. That is a 1.15 carat. That's huge in the world of emeralds. Huge. You buy a 1 carat emerald, you're going to expect to pay thousands of dollars price per carat for the one. I mean, maybe 1,500, maybe 2,000. This is a 1.15 carat. You have the diamonds. There are 28 points of diamonds, so just over a quarter of a carat. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it's just the right size. So the emerald itself is 1.15 carats. The diamonds are coming in at 28 points, if I'm not mistaken. 36 diamonds. They're G to H in color. And let me see, 10. Yeah, that's right. Oh, wait a minute. You have so the baguettes are different sizes, so I see that split. Oh, wow. DJ, you have more than that. So the diamond carat weight is actually going to be coming in, what's 1.15. So you've got about you've got about 30 points of, almost 30 points of diamonds. That's a big deal. Nearly 30 points of diamonds surrounding the Colombian emerald. This in the market today is going to be your most sought after of all the emeralds and your most expensive of all the emeralds. It just is. People prefer to see the color as well as that beautiful glow that the Colombian emeralds let off. So this is one of those, really exclusive opportunities. $699 for the Colombian. I can't even believe I'm saying it, for the Colombian emerald. This ring regularly, I would say here at Shop LC, we'd probably air this at $1,299, $1,299. After all, it is in 14K yellow gold. You have about a quarter of a carat of diamonds. I mean, what more can you ask for? This is part of what's called our Lux Oro collection. Lux Oro is, oro is gold in Spanish. So we've kind of branded it Lux, the word Lux, right? High-end, luxurious, oro, gold. So we have 10K and 14K Lux Oro pieces in the collection. When you see our Lux Oro priced at 10K prices, I mean, that's a really big deal. In some cases, some of us have actually spent on 925 sterling silver $699. Now, obviously, the silver piece has to be heavier, but in this case, it's 14K. And I also wanted to give you a heads up. You do have the budget payment option too. So $140 per month. Precious gemstone, Colombian emerald, the most sought after of all the emeralds in the world. And then 5-star review. So a lot of people are talking about this. I mean, the emerald, when we send it out, no matter where it's from, everybody, as far as I know, any of the reviews online coming from the emeralds, top notch. I mean, people are like, wow, I can't even believe I own an emerald, a ruby, a sapphire, this beautiful. So hopefully you'll be one of the next people to put that 5-star review on our website. We can share that at some point. If not, people can read all about it. That's important. You know, if you have a chance once you get our pieces home, if you want to take some time out, we'd love to hear back from you. Those reviews are important. We're not a company that pays people for reviews, right? We want real people, real time to send in those testimonials and share with us how excited you are about the jewelry as well as the world. Abalone show coming up. Congratulations. Yes, dear?
Aisle or window?
Say again?
Aisle or window?
Window. Thank you. The Avalon, I'm sorry, they're preparing travel for me for Tucson, as I mentioned. We'll be traveling out there here in just a few weeks. I hope you join us for those live shows. We'll keep you posted on the TV side, and I will actually be on air from 4 to 6 p.m. Central tomorrow and 8 to 11. I typically work that Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, so I'll keep you posted on that side of things as to when we will go live from Tucson, which again, the Tucson show is the biggest gemstone show in the United States that people from all over the world come to. We like to go live there as we're buying and, negotiating price points for you. That's what we do. That's what we do. We go to the mines too, but we also go to the gem shows. Okay, abalone shell. I love this gem. Well, it's organic, so it's not really considered a gem. It's a shell, right? Abalone. And this is such a beautiful shell. So there are organics in the world, right? Organic gemstones actually come from either plant or animals, the shell of the abalone. This is I like to call it the Picasso of shells, is what I consider this to be, right? And the reason why I consider it to be the Picasso of shells is because it's like a painting from Mother Nature, literally like a painting. But instead, the shell, look at that, is iridescent. That's all natural. All natural. And on the back, you have resin. Oh no, what? This is a double-sided. I'm sorry, I got excited. Usually what we do is, instead of doing both sides finished with abalone, we'll put the resin on the back, but in this case, these are double-sided. I heard about that. I heard that we would be doing a lot of our abalone, mother of pearl, and the red coral. I think the red coral we already do front and back red coral, but with the abalone, so when you're wearing them and you have your hair up, even from the back side, you'll be able to see that shell on the back end, which is beautiful. You see the way they frame the face though? So you have a right and a left. I'm holding the other one up so you see the way they're cut and how they face inward. These are so pretty. $12.99 for these. These are 925 sterling silver. Either you're in or you're out. I mean, this is, the mother of pearl shell is what's called iridescent. So if I step all the way back, all the way back, all the way back, back, you can still see the vibrant colors, the iridescence that comes off those shell earrings. Aren't they fabulous? Can you imagine? Hold on, this is you walking in. Hold on, ready? I mean, the dangle, the movement, the sway, the iridescence, the light play, that's all natural. That's what shells do, right? The shell, I think we're so fascinated by shell, at least I am. I can only speak for me, I can't speak for you. But with shell, when you see a shell in person and you see how beautiful Mother Nature leaves behind, it's like the striking color play that's almost in the background. With abalone shell, you get a deeper color. So you get like greens and blues and purples and yellows and oranges. But I mean, it's just a fascinating shell. It's definitely something to have in your collection. Oh, and don't forget to do this. While you're on our website, what I always recommend you do, if you're buying something from the live show and you're thinking, I'd love to get like a shell bracelet or a shell pendant or even a shell ring, I can't guarantee that we have any of that on our website, but I always recommend that you check it out, okay? So when you go to shoplc.com, make sure you put in the search bar the word abalone shell. That's the type of shell, and everything that we have that's abalone shell will come up, and then you'll have a chance to kind of get items that you can mix and match with. So $12.99 for these beauties, that's all you're paying. 5-star reviews through the roof. I mean, everybody's talking about how pretty these are. They frame the face. The setting itself, you've got quite a bit of little like detail on the top. So there's what's called filigree. Filigree is like when they take silver or even they take gold and they kind of, so silver is malleable. When you heat it to a certain temperature, you can really maneuver it, right? A lot of artisans, which this is made by, artisans by hand, will heat the temperature to a certain, a certain place and then heat the silver. Well, what am I saying? They're going to heat the silver using a certain temperature so that it's malleable, it doesn't break it, and then they will manipulate the silver to create what's called filigree work. And then these little beads that you see on there, those beads, that's called hand mill graining, and they can set each of those beads in place individually. They do so much when it comes to silver. I mean, it's amazing. Being in this business as long as I have been, it blows my mind finding out how, some of these pieces are actually manufactured, and the amount of money that you're paying is little to nothing compared to the workmanship that's done behind the scenes, especially on a piece like this where this is not mass produced. It's not like they put these through a machine and they're like, press it in, and the machine like does this. This is all done by hand. So take advantage of that. And these are fabulous all year long. I mean, in the summertime, the winter, the spring, doesn't matter what time of year. Abalone shell looks fantastic with everything in your wardrobe, literally. Amethyst, hold on, one more time. Amethyst, right? You see the purple in that? That's going to go well with your amethyst. The emerald that glows we just showed, that's going to go well. The sapphires, you see where I'm going with this, right? All of your gemstones are going to go beautifully with the abalone shell, even if you don't decide to go to our website to get another matching piece, which I recommend because the deals are crazy. All right, DJ. I'm trying to make sure I get all this information out so that, hi, Sharon. Okay, so we have coming up, my piece from last week. This was actually, we did what is it called? A top 3, like an overview that we do with the social media? Mm-hmm. So this was on my list of top 3 last week. It's back. I had to bring it back. These are diamonds. This is what's called a pokey diamond. Pokey. Also known as a mackerel. Okay? So the mackerel itself, some of you are like, whoa, what are we talking about? So we're talking about the way they cut a diamond. Okay? Back in the day, during ancient times, when I guess diamonds were first discovered, you had a lot of people in Asia, different parts of Asia, like India, that would cut diamonds into mackerels, into slices. And this is really popular there. And now all over, pokey diamonds have become more popular because a lot of times here in the United States, we don't necessarily have all the styles that you would see in other parts of the world. But there was a young lady who introduced the pokey diamond to us here in the United States. And since then, it's been a huge hit. The reason why, in my opinion, is because, look at this, those are all diamonds in that medallion. Real diamonds. This isn't fake stuff. This is the real deal. So GP, this is a GP collection. GP stands for Gaia Perez, also known as Giuseppe Perez, right? The Perez family are Italian designers that have been in the jewelry business for 4 generations. I mean, long time. Giuseppe Perez, rest his soul, he used to be a guest on our show. He passed away since then. And his daughter carries the torch and continues on tradition. She actually took over the family business and still visits with us and manufactures through us to offer you and carry on the GP legacy, right? To offer you the GP deals. So what happens is, if you were in Italy and you walked into a boutique that had GP in stock, you'd be paying thousands of dollars for a diamond pendant like this. And what you have here, this necklace is fabulous. Okay, this is a 2-piece, okay? And I don't like to call it just a 2-piece because you can actually switch it up many different ways. Let me bring this in so you can see that. Look at that. DJ's going to double check to see if I've got this position right? Okay, there it is. That medallion on the necklace is removable. Some of you are like, come on, Jess. I mean, it's not a big deal. It is, though. Because when you remove the pendant off the necklace, you now have, you're going to be excited about this. Maybe it's just me. I get excited over little things like this. You have a transformer. So this transforms into, the perfect necklace. So this is a 925 sterling silver necklace. Now, you want to talk about Italian? Italiano. Italy and Gaia from Italy. Oh, she's such, when you talk about a breath of fresh air, when you meet somebody who's authentic, Gaia Perez is definitely that. So when you watch our shows, every now and again, we have Gaia Perez joining us remote. Sometimes she comes, in the studios. We'll fly her out to introduce you to her collections. This necklace has pokey diamonds in it. I don't know if you could see those slices. I'm going to count them out real quick, DJ. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So it looks like you have about 15 pokey diamonds just in the necklace. And I wanted to show this to you all by itself because it's a fabulous necklace by itself. It really is. You have an extender here on the back. The extender is 2 inches. Look at this. See, this is what I'm talking about. I would actually wear this today with what I'm rocking. I've got some hoops on. I'm wearing like a chain. I would layer it with my chain. This is a diamond necklace. So for $229, you're getting the diamond necklace that has about 13 pokey diamonds. Pokey diamonds, so you know when you cut a diamond, if you've ever seen a picture, like a cartoon rendered or a drawing of a diamond, you know that a diamond is kind of 3, 4, whatever dimensional, right? So you have the table of the diamond, they facet the table, the top, and then the diamond goes down, right? And then it has what's called the culate, the point of the diamond. Well, the diamond has a circumference. It's either, whatever the shape is, it has shape to it. Pokey diamonds are different because they take the diamond material and instead of shaping it this way, they slice it. They slice the diamond. So the diamonds have more surface, they have more table, they have more to offer. Now I'm going to bring the pendant in a little bit closer so you have a chance to, those are diamonds. You see how pretty that is? I mean, absolute perfection. I love the way she designed the actual setting too. So you have, the carat weight here is 4 carats of diamonds. You could obviously wear the pendant medallion, call it a medallion. You can wear the medallion with the necklace. You can wear the medallion with the chain that you already have. It can be rose gold, yellow gold, white gold, platinum, whatever. You can go 20 inches, 16 inches, longer, doesn't matter. But these pendants, they actually have a large bail on them. So you can actually wear, the pendant with the necklace, because notice this has larger links. Or you can also choose a pendant that's already in your collection if you wanted to add a diamond necklace to it. This necklace is next level. It's not a regular chain. What Gaia Perez has decided to do with this chain is not only add pokey diamonds to it, she also added texture in every other link, okay? And so that you know, the reason why we're able to offer you designer collections like this at such affordable price points, where if you did find a GP collection piece elsewhere, you'd be paying way more money. We manufacture in-house for her. So she does the designs, obviously. A lot of times with different designers, they'll partner with somebody who can manufacture their designs. And then obviously the markup is there. There's got to be a nice margin for that designer. And then they charge you, you pay for the name. The good thing when we team up with exclusive designers like Gaia Perez and her family is that she will make the pieces on paper, right? She'll put all her ideas on paper, and then she meets with the design team, and we will manufacture those pieces from start to finish. So she picks out the gemstones, she decides exactly how, the designs go, but we do it in-house. So all the middlemen and women that are involved in manufacturing, we cut them out. We work directly with Gaia, who's the designer. She works with us. In tune, we're able to offer you the savings so you can buy these high-end luxury designer pieces for much less. And I would say $229.99 is a deal. For 4 carats of pokey diamonds, that is an incredible deal. It's a huge value. Now with the chain, you'll find that there's a larger link on one side where the extender is. That's not the side you're going to use to remove the chain. You're going to remove it from the other side where the lobster claw clasp is, okay? Lobster claw goes through the opening, you slide it right back on the chain, boom, you have that look again. Or you can wear the medallion with another chain of your choice, or you can wear the chain by itself. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can wear this. Bottom line is you're getting 4 carats of diamonds and a lot of silver. I don't have the gram weight in the silver, but I can tell you that the pokey diamonds, they're much larger. If you're somebody who likes a lot of carat weight, but you like a larger diamond, that's what pokey diamonds are all about. They're slices of diamonds that give you more surface, a lot more for the money, and the reviews are out. A lot of people love it. 4 carats, we gotta move. I mean, I could spend all day on Gaia Perez's designs. I really can, but we can't. So if you're interested, it's a way to upgrade your diamond collection without you having to spend over $1,000 to do it, right? What's that's sold what? 111?
114 was that one.
We're moving. 114. Now DJ is loading other pieces as we move along. He's going to be loading some other pieces behind the scenes that you can take a look at. We may not have a chance to get through everything. I'm pretty sure we won't because I have several items here. I will pick up the pace though to kind of keep it moving so you can see these live. But if there's anything that we miss out on airing live during this live stream, you can head to the website online. You can see that we've added a few other specials that we didn't necessarily have the chance to show you live, but are still available at the clearance price, okay? All right, so next, ooh, DJ, you're on a roll with these champagne and all the diamonds that DJ's bringing today. These are inside out diamond hoops. They are 2 carats, a carat in each ear. These are beautiful. So these are going to be 10K rose gold, which everybody's been asking us about rose gold. Rose gold and yellow gold are the 2 things that a lot of people have been asking us to bring more of, and I feel like we've done that in the last at least 12 months, 24 months, I would say. Luxoro. I forgot to show this to you earlier. So if you buy Luxoro from us, you get a certificate of authenticity, which gives you all the stats, all the details of your piece. On the back end, if you're somebody who resells or you just like to keep track of your jewelry, maybe you want to get your pieces appraised, you have all the information here in regards to the diamond carat weight, the gram weight of your piece. These are going to be 3.6 grams, which is perfect for a hoop. I mean, an earring in general, if you have, again, earlobes that may have been stretched out over the years, perhaps you've worn heavier earrings, or you just have a hard time finding earrings that work well for the ear without them bothering you, these are the perfect size hoop and the perfect gram weight to a hoop. These are 10K. Bam, bam, bam. And they're huggy hoops. So huggy hoop is one that has a hinge on the bottom. And you have, actually I was wearing some huggy hoops earlier. These are the ones that I had on when we first started the live show are from Shop LC. But a huggy hoop is nicely done, right? You have the post on the back and then you have the hinge on the bottom. The hinge opens up nice and wide, so you're going to be able to line that post up to your piercing. And then you bring it back in. It has a snap. It almost like has a hook. It hooks right in place. You'll feel it. You might even hear it just a little bit because it's so close to the ear, but it hooks right in place. So you know that they're secure. You have the perfect size hoop here too. We're going to bring the model up here so you can kind of get perspective on these. And then of course I'll put them on too. But the huggy hoops are only $649.99. You have 1 carat in each ear of natural, are those champagne? Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Natural champagne diamonds, and look how perfect the size is. The height on the earring is just right. So I would consider this to be the right size. I think the height is under an inch, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just under an inch. So you have 90, just under an inch, right? So when you put the ruler up to these, they're going to come in at like 7/8 instead of the full inch. But 649, look how pretty these are. Here, we'll both do it. Me and the model at the same time. So they sit nicely, and they're diamonds. So Valentine's Day is on the horizon. I want to remind you, I know we kicked off the new year strong. Many of you did a lot of shopping, spent quite a bit of money. If somebody gave you some cash and you're looking for something special for yourself to kick off the new year, champagne diamonds are the way to go. Seriously. Champagne diamonds are natural. So one of the things that we talked about just a few minutes ago when we kicked off the live show, I was explaining to everybody that gemstones are treated in some form or fashion, right? Doesn't matter which way you go, very few come out of the ground cut, buff, polished, faceted, and that's all they do to them. A lot of times there's an enhancement or treatment given to that gemstone to bring out the very best. With natural champagne diamonds, nothing. Nothing. And really natural colored diamonds in general. So when you walk into a jewelry store, not to overwhelm you with information, but I think this is important, most of those colored diamonds in the jewelry stores, they're going to be treated. Okay, they're treated, irradiated. There's a treatment, they heat them, and then they turn. And it's a genuine diamond. What happens is it takes millions of years, sometimes billions, who knows how long, because remember, diamonds are made out of pressure. Pressure makes diamonds, makes sparkle, makes, they talk about, I always tell my daughter that, it's like, oh, it's, you start getting stressed out. It's too much pressure. I can't do it. It's like, look, this is where, it's time to show and prove, right? This is where you got to really kind of stand out and push through it and make things happen. So diamonds are created in that fashion. The deepest part of the Earth's crust is where they come from. Pressure and all kinds of other things, they kind of start coming through the ground. And then once they reach the surface, in some cases, diamonds will come out in a certain color, right? The chemical composition is different. So by the time it ends up on the surface, when they cut into that rock or rough that contains the diamond material, there'll be a certain color. Champagne comes from the Argyle mine, the ones that we purchase. That mine closed in 2019. And let me tell you something, since then, those champagne diamonds, the Argyle mine in Australia actually produces pink diamonds as well, yellow diamonds, and champagne diamonds. But these champagne diamonds are just, I love a neutral color. I'm a big fan of black, brown, timeless, classic, beautiful. And so these champagne diamonds are all that. I mean, we're talking 1 carat inside out hoop, perfect length, right? Not too big, not too small. $649.99 with the budget payment option of $130. Upgrade just like that. I mean, you've literally, well, I can't speak for your collection because some of you are like, girl, I already have 2 carat earrings. Okay. Well, but do you have champagne diamonds? Do you have champagne diamonds? That's the question. 5-star reviews. Everybody talks about these. Let me share a few with you. Let's see here. Diane says, nice, comfortable, good size, compliments my other earrings, and great price. I mean, thank you, Diane, for that. Another one from Denise. She says pretty. Hoops, not too big, not too small. Diamonds have some sparkle. One of the earrings, she says one of the earrings, the clasp, she's talking about the clasp, secure, but very nice. So you've got these. So one of the things that I want to remind you of with the huggy hoop, when you connect them together, there's a little bit of like a latch that you want to secure when you put a huggy hoop on. So that's something that you want to keep in mind when you put these on. And as I mentioned with these, as soon as you kind of line them up, you're going to feel them kind of like latch in place. And, that's going to be key. So it's almost like you're going to pull up slightly and pull out. And then when you line it back in, it's going to lock in place. So you see it and you feel it. You're going to feel it lock in place. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll love these. Perfect size, great for all occasions. We are going to feature a champagne diamond ring up next to go with these. I mean, what good would we be if we did champagne hoops with no ring? We've got a ring coming up, and it is also natural champagne diamonds. Yes, darlings. And DJ, just so you know, I'm kind of placing everything over here.
Okay.
Just to kind of move things out of the way.
Yeah.
So, let me bring the hoops back though, because these go beautifully with the hoops. So this is a 1 carat diamond ring. Look how pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is a multi-cut, full carat, natural champagne and white diamond ring. It's not just champagne diamonds, you have white as well. Oh my gosh. And I'm sorry. Diamonds, this is what happens, right? We get distracted. You have princess cut diamonds, you have round cut diamonds, you have baguette diamonds. No, DJ, shout out to DJ. He picked this one out. Oh, yeah. Sizes 6, 7, and 9. Now, I'm going to warn you, you'll be distracted. Okay, with diamond rings, depending on the cut of the diamond, how they facet the diamond is completely different. And one of the reasons why I think a lot of us are drawn to princess cut, square cut diamonds and baguette diamonds is because when you're cutting the diamond, which is really cool, they facet the diamond parallel to the gemstone. Some of you are like, okay, what does that mean? Faceting a diamond, I want you to think of, okay, first of all, a facet is the way they cut a gemstone. You facet a diamond. Sometimes it's not faceted, sometimes it's just a cabochon. Have you ever seen those gems that look like a dome shape and they're set in jewelry? No sparkle coming off of it. Usually they don't have transparency. They're just a dome, boom, flat on the bottom. They put it in a setting. That's called a cabochon. Then you have faceted gemstones. Well, depending on the shape of the gem, they will facet it a certain way. When you read up on facets, which is the way they cut the gemstone on the table, the surface, as well as on the back end of the diamond, and I know I get deep, but I think it's important you know this. The faceting on a square, boop, 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 they go straight across, okay? But they go on the outside of the diamond, so it's basically they're step cut facets, right? Like a step, boop, 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 boop. And then you have the taper baguette diamond. Well, the taper baguette is usually slim. When they call it a taper, that means that because of the way it's set, the diamond is straight, like a rectangular shape, a little bit thinner. But when they taper it, they have to taper it so they can set different, taper baguettes alongside of each other without any spacing. With the princess cut diamond, which you have all of these, the reason why I'm going into this is because you have all these different cuts and different ways to facet. With the princess cut diamond, that's a square shape. They're still going to go parallel, step cut, but the diamond is wider. I say that to say this. With princess cut and taper baguette diamonds, you get more flash from your diamond. Flash, 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 flash. It's almost like paparazzi flash, like when you're taking a picture and you get that flash, boop, 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 boop. That's what you're going to get from the diamond. A lot of flash. And those are in the middle of the setting, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about because they're speaking to us, right? They speak to you. The round cut diamond, the faceting is done in a diamond shape. So if you think about a diamond, shine bright like a diamond. When they cut it in that diamond shape, and they facet all around the gemstone. So the way that the light twinkles is more of a sparkle instead of a flash. So, just to kind of recap, you have all three cuts. You have taper baguette, you have princess cut, and you have round cut in one diamond. So you're going to get a lot of sparkle, and that's the reason why I say be ready to get distracted, right? Because this is going to distract you. I can't tell you how many times I've had a diamond ring, and not that I have lots of diamond rings. Shop LC has I'm able to afford diamonds because of Shop LC. But there's this one diamond ring that I wear, and every time I'm in the car and I'm driving, I've got my hand on the wheel. You could see on the, the top of the car and on the side of the car, you're like, what is that? What's that light traveling? It's the diamond. So the diamond is intense. The sparkle is brilliant. And the price on this for a full carat is only $229.99. You need this. You need this in your life. I mean, I'm not saying you need it like oxygen, water, and food, but if you're looking for a diamond at the right price, that's going to be the way to go. That taper baguette, princess cut, round cut. And remember, the round cuts are actually white diamonds. Let me give you the count real quick, and then I've got to move because time is... Okay, so 12 diamonds in the taper baguette, it looks like. You have the baguette diamonds as well, 8 of those. And then we should have some princess cut diamonds here. Okay, square cut, there they go. 6 square cut diamonds. And I mean, you're loaded. You've got a lot of carat weight here. There's a full carat depending on, the shape of the diamond, the color of the diamond, the cut of the diamond. I mean, you've got this magnificent setting that really allows your design team to get creative in terms of where to place the diamonds. Again, right in the middle here, princess, okay, square cut. On the outside, you're gonna have baguettes and taper baguettes because again, they have to align the diamond to sit properly with no spacing. Down here in the channel, this is a channel setting, you have those baguettes, and then in the halo, the outer halo, you have round cut white diamonds as well as the 2 rows on the outside of the shank, the shoulder, round cut diamonds. They're all white. Mwah! Okay, so that's available. What did we say, $229?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait, the budget pay, real quick. Let me just share that. $46 per month. Use budget pay. Use it, that's what it's there for. No credit check, no interest payments. That way you can get both the earrings and the ring for yourself. Or maybe your sweetie pie gave you a little budget. Let them know you found a champagne diamond set you're interested in. All right. Coming up. Oh, the studs. I didn't think we had studs. So this is it, end of the show. We've got about 12 minutes left. These are diamond studs. They're natural champagne as well. Let me go in this way. Move my face out of the shot there. These are going to be 1/4 carat in each ear. Is that right?
This way.
This way?
Perfect.
Okay. I got to remember, right in between my phone here, or the phones. So these are a good size for a younger gal. If you have a young lady who's responsible enough to own diamonds, right? Because as parents, we know who's going to lose it and who's not. These are going to be 1/4 carat in each ear. They are pushbacks, so you have regular posts. They're not screwbacks, they're regular posts. They are 1/4 carat here, 1/4 carat here, 1/2 carat total gem weight. Shout out to Ivan. Hey, Ivan, good to see you. KM is out there. Helen is out there. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I mean, 2 hours flies by fast. I know you have so many options as you're scrolling through social media, so I appreciate you stopping by, hanging out with me for a while. Gentlemen, if you don't watch Shop LC's Facebook Live, Instagram Live, or TikTok Live, it's your first time joining us, welcome. Make sure you let your friends know about us, because I'm telling you what, if you're looking for values when it comes to jewelry, we have diamond studs that are natural champagne diamonds, $149.99. If you're a dad and you have a younger daughter, are you kidding me? Daddy's going to be the first one to get his daughter diamonds, and that's how it should be. That's how it should be. The reviews are out. A lot of people talking about these. These are a great gift, so long as obviously somebody has their ears pierced. But I think with diamond studs, you can't go wrong for anyone. Now the millimeter size, let me quickly give that to you before we move on. Millimeter size, 1/4 carat. Your millimeter size is 4 millimeter. 4 millimeter. So I always consider 4 millimeter to be a great look for younger girls. If you have a second piercing or, the third piercing, you can always, well, you know what? I'll put them on. I'll pop them on now. You can always wear them on the second hole if you wanted to, or you can wear them on your main. Not that you couldn't wear them, on the main piercing. You can. But they are a little bit smaller. And what I'm finding is with the 4 millimeter, a lot of fashionistas love to keep it kind of simple. Look at how pretty that is, though. Isn't that pretty? These are a nice size. And it's funny because my daughter and I were opposite. My daughter, she likes to keep things demure, simple, petite. And I'm like, I'm ready to give her big rocks. And she's like, okay, that's nice. So some gals just like to keep it smaller and simple and petite. These are definitely that at 4 millimeter. They're natural champagne diamonds, though. They're not small. They're just smaller, right? A 5 millimeter is going to be probably about a 1/2 carat in each ear. A 6 millimeter will be a full carat in each ear. This is a 4 millimeter, so you have a 1/4 carat in each ear, 1/2 carat total gem weight between the two. All right, let's move. Let's get another one in, DJ.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Thank you all again so much for hanging out. Let me see. What do we have next? Oh, nice little budget buy. $27.99 for the next item. See, that's why you need to stay tuned to these live shows, because we go from one price point to another. It's all about variety. We don't want to leave anybody out. Everybody's got a different budget, especially after the holiday season. So we want to ensure that you all have a chance to take advantage. We're featuring the bracelet. And this is Norwegian. I can't believe you found a Thulite bracelet. Norway, let me tell you something. So in Norway, where they find this Thulite, and we've seen, what we do is we do a lot of studying as host here at Shop LC, because we source the gemstones, so we like to give as much information in regards to where the stone comes from and how it's found. What's interesting about the Thulite, look how pretty this color is, by the way. If you love rhodochrosite, if you love rhodolite or rhodonite, some of you are like, you just said the same gem. They're not, really. So you have rhodonite with an N, Nancy. You have rhodolite with an L. You have rhodochrosite, crazy. But all these gemstones derive from rhodo, which is like pink color. Thulite doesn't start with rhodo, which is interesting, but it's that rose color. So the gemstones that I just named, some of you have in your collection. If that's the case, I think this is going to go nicely. This is almost like a rose color gem, all natural. So the Norwegian Thulite, the mine is not a regular mine. When they're excavating, they actually have to fly in, drop whoever's going to mine in that area, and then when they excavate the rock, they put it in these large bags, and then they helicopter it out of there. At least in the areas that we know about. So it's a really interesting gem. There's a lot of work that goes into getting in there, but you see the results, right? I mean, that is a beautiful gemstone. And if you're into the color of the year, peach fuzz is the new color for 2024. But the color of the year is something that a company called Pantone, they come up with the different colors that will kind of represent that year. And last year we had Viva Magenta, hence this color. So a lot of that hot pink, you know, if you're into, again, rhodolites, the wine garnets, the red garnets, the rubelites, this gemstone bracelet's going to go nicely. It's a rondelle bead. So these rondelle beads are cut in a way, they graduate in size. As you work your way towards the focal point of the bracelet, you have larger beads here in the middle. Really pretty. So it's got a lobster claw clasp, which is 925 sterling silver. It's 94 carats. It's $27.99, which is great for this material because, again, they're not mining for it. When they were, it was a difficult task, and I just don't know, you know, in terms of where they're at with mining in Norway, but this is really great quality stuff. And that's a natural gemstone. Remember I was telling you that gems are enhanced or treated in some form or fashion to get that best color, sometimes to clear out inclusions or blemishes or, you know, whatever it is that's happening to that gemstone. That gem is opaque. Opaque stones have no transparency. So you're not going to be able to see through the gem. That gem is all just rich color. And a lot of times with opaque stones, they're either cut into beads, which are rondelle shaped, regular beads, or even cabochon cut gems. Remember, the cabochon is that dome, boot, flat on the bottom, set it into jewelry. Mwah. But yeah, no, the opaque stones are rich color all the way through. So they're not going to sparkle the way your transparent gemstones like, you know, rubies and sapphires and diamonds do, but they are beautiful. And, you know, a big trend is beads. Everybody loves a great bead. Instead of you having to settle for costume jewelry beads, get a real one. Get a real one. $27.99. So we're down to 7 minutes. Oh, good. I'm glad we have time for this. So, this is so good. We have a AAA grade freshwater pearl necklace that is up for grabs. This is on super sale. $49.99, believe it or not. Yep. Remember we talked abalone shell earlier? The abalone shell was more of a deeper blue purple with the iridescence that we talked about, almost like the rainbow play of color. This is your AAA purple freshwater. We're calling it purple. I mean, it's more of like a lilac color, but you also get the pinks, the peaches, the oranges. This necklace is a coin shape. Now, see, I love talking about this because this is, are we going to do the earrings after this? Okay, good. I want to make sure we get the earrings in because that's going to wrap up the show properly. So, a coin pearl. Imagine what a coin looks like, right? Flat. So in this case, you have that unique kind of coin shape, and it's much flatter than, you know, say a freshwater pearl that has a round shape, or even a Tahitian pearl. Sometimes they call it, believe it or not, potato pearl. They call them potato pearls. They call them cerclay pearls. Cerclay pearls are when the mollusk is creating the pearl, it spins in the mollusk and it leaves behind this really cool indentation. And you just have these really cool kind of ups and downs, these grooves that are formed by the mollusk when it's creating the pearl. In this case, you have a flatter pearl. That's why it's called a coin pearl. It is freshwater material. Freshwater material is stunning. What happens with these different size pearls, you've got to match them up to create different style pieces of jewelry. And so it can take us quite a bit of time to procure the right size and the right shape pearl for one necklace. And that's what you have here. You have this beautiful 24-inch pearl necklace. Now, does this have a closure? Is this an endless style? I think this is endless. So with 24 inches, you're going to put this right on, just as I did. And there's no clasp involved because it's 24 inches. It's wider, so it goes over the head nicely. It sits comfortably, and boom. You have this beautiful, iridescent work of art from Mother Nature. This is a genuine freshwater pearl. This is a natural color as well. Pearls, oftentimes, just like other gemstones, these are not gemstones, these are organics. They are dyed a lot of times to establish color. So you'll see sometimes pearls in these really, unique colors. The only colors that are natural come from the black lip mollusk known as the Pinctada maragafitera. I always say it like I'm Italian. But that's a mollusk that is found in Tahiti. It's the Tahitian pearl. And that color pearl, the dark black pearl, is natural because the inside of the mollusk's mouth is darker. So when it creates the actual pearl, it comes out that color. Love Tahitian pearl. Then you have the Pinctada maxima, which is the pearl that does the South Sea. Those are two very expensive pearls. Your South Sea pearl, that Pinctada maxima, is going to cultivate in a white color or 24K gold. They call it 24K gold. Those are natural colors. This is freshwater pearl. Usually the freshwater pearls are going to be white to almost like a champagne color, pink, maybe a hint of lilac. That's natural. A lot of times what you'll see in the market today is that they'll dye the pearl to turn it a different color, but yet it still has that iridescent kind of characteristic, which is important. I mean, that's what makes a pearl so beautiful. So, pearls have been around since forever. Who knows who was the first person to discover a pearl? It was done by accident. Obviously, they come up on shore. You've got the mollusk. They open up the mollusk. There's a pearl, accidental. The mollusk has created it. Fast forward to today, they now farm the mollusk to cultivate pearls. And this is a really big business. A lot of women love wearing pearls. They are very classy, super sophisticated. And back in the day, the only women that were able to wear pearls were women of stature. Can you imagine that? Right? Only women that could summon somebody to get me a pearl necklace or, ask somebody to make them one, or maybe like another king or a queen from another part of the world was wanting to impress that woman. They would bring her and present her with a beautiful pearl. And so today, we're presenting all of our queens out there, or kings, so that you can get one for your sweetie pie, a beautiful pearl necklace in the shape of a coin. Also, the unique thing about this necklace, too, is the fact that you have the 925 sterling silver beads in between. So we designed this in a very modern way. This is more of a modern take of the pearl necklace because, A, you have the coin pearl, and then in between, instead of knotting the pearl necklace, sometimes they knot, sometimes they don't. They say a lot of people prefer their pearl necklaces knotted because they don't want them to bang together. And more importantly, if you have any child that you're holding or if it gets caught anywhere and you pull that necklace apart, you don't have to worry about all the pearls falling off. That's one of the main reasons why they knot pearl necklaces, so that it stays, and then also so that the pearls are not banging up against each other and scraping and scratching. I always recommend with pearl necklaces, store them separately and let it be the last thing that you put on. So when you're doing your hair and you've got all the, the lotions and potions and perfumes, put all that on and then put your pearl necklace on, right? Take good care of it because, it's organic. Then when you get home, let it be the first thing that you take off, store it properly, and this thing will be with you for years. But $49.99 is the price point. We've got a $12.50 budget pay option. It is 24 inches in length. It doesn't have a clasp, so you're going to put it right over the neckline and be done with it. And you're off. You're good to go. We've got some peach Oregon opals that I'm going to talk about for 2 seconds, and then I got to wrap it up. These are 70 points. They are oval. Let me quickly give you millimeter size on these. These are vermeil rose gold over sterling. These are 6x4 millimeter. So if you're into opals, I know we had the Wellow opal earlier. We had the sable opal, that black one. These are peach, and these are from the United States. That's what's kind of fun about opals. You have the chance to actually purchase them from different parts of the world. We have them here at Shop LC at the most affordable price points possible, okay? So with that said, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It has been such a pleasure hanging out with you. Now listen, if you have a chance, join me on social media. I am on Instagram, jessica.maldonadol. And then also on Facebook, Jessica Maldonado, Shop LC host, or just Jessica Maldonado. And again, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I know 2 hours is a long time for a live, but you know, we try to get through as much as possible so you guys have a chance to take advantage of some of these discounts. And remember, these are limited edition. So if there's anything that you saw you're interested in, head to our website or click on the links, through the tabs that you were watching, and you're good to go. It's been a pleasure. You guys have a great, great rest of your day. Take care. God bless. And I'll meet you tomorrow on the live TV side from 4 to 6 and 8 to 11. Take care. Mwah.
Okay, there we go.